Let me introduce you to a new way of thinking that should allow you to build the confidence to launch yourself online. This is the Queen of Impact way. So, if you are a woman who has this huge desire to make an impact, to make your mark by launching yourself online, using your voice, using your value, and turning that into income, turning that into opportunities. However, you haven't because you feel scared to show up online. You haven't because you have this fear of creating content. As a Queen of Impact, instead of viewing launching yourself online as a way to create content, I want you to think about it as a way of you creating your life's work. Because Queens of Impact, we don't just create content, we are actually building digital real estate, which turns into digital assets. And so, if you want your voice, if you want your value, if you want your presence to make you some money, to leave a lasting legacy, to turn into opportunities, you want to create digital assets, not create content. So, what are digital assets, right? Digital assets are, you can say content, but assets that work for you, not against you, right? It doesn't take from you, it pours into you, it compounds over time, just like a 401k, just like any retirement plan or real estate, correct? So when you are creating your portfolio, you are building something that is actually compounding over time, which allows you to profit from it. Whether you profit from it in income, whether you want to start your own business, or you want to attract clients and customers with ease, whether you want to have opportunities like speaking opportunities or book deals, maybe a community, these are created by assets, with you having something valuable that grows over time. Digital assets, it puts you in a position of a leadership and of influence. So why is that important as a Queen of Impact? Because Queens of Impact, we feel called to lead others. We feel called to impact others. We feel called to influence. And when you're able to build yourself as a leader, as an influence, you are putting yourself in position to create your pathway to profit the way that you want to. Also, assets create lasting impact, right? They are legacy. They move with you through time. So instead of viewing this as, I'm going to create content, I want you to view it as, this is my life work. This is something that I'm going to, like, even after I die, this is something that can continue producing work for me. It can continue producing assets for me. It can continue supporting my family. It can continue impacting people even after I leave. So as queens, right, we want legacy. We want purpose. We want impact. We also want to be able to benefit from that, right? We want to be able to thrive from that. We want to be able to live from that as well. So just to kind of tone this in so that you can have a clear visual of what I mean by creating digital real estate, by creating digital assets that compound over time through you creating your life's work. There are many people who created, again, that thought leadership authority in a field by doing life's work, not creating content. So one example that comes to mind is Bob Proctor. So Bob Proctor is well known, right? He is well known. He speaks a lot about self-image. He speaks a lot about self-concept and how those manifest. He speaks a lot about wealth creation, and he's helped so many people. Now, he's created so many videos so many videos from his value, the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience that he's had through his lifetime. And he uses his voice, his unique way of delivery, his unique perspective, his just him being him, right? And so what he did is he showed up. He creates his life work. He was not just creating content. Now he's gone, right? He's dead, but his legacy lives on. His life's work lives on. He has digital real estate. He has digital assets that is consistently, they're still repurposing his previous work, all the videos that he did years ago. They're still repurposing. His company is still repurposing his content and is still generating impact and is still generating income for his business, still generating income for his family, right? And so that is what life's work is. And so, as a queen of impact, I want you to think about the long term. When we think about the short term, when we think about creating content, we think about it in a short term perspective, which it honestly creates a lot of pressure. It creates a lot of like, I need to do what everyone is doing. It creates a lot of anxiety, comparison, and it restricts you from showing up with your current knowledge, with your current skill set, with your current wisdom, with your current understanding, and not feeling like it's enough. Versus, what if right now, what you know, your wisdom, your knowledge, your uniqueness, your personality, your character, what if right now you just showed up and delivered from that place, and then as you grow, as you develop, you are building your life's work? How does that feel, right? It doesn't feel so pressure. It doesn't feel so overwhelming. It doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to get it right. No, it feels expansive. It feels like I get to be an expression of who I'm being right now, and I get to create longevity. I get to create long lasting impact, not just temporary. And so think about you creating your life's work this way. Think that you are investing into your portfolio, a portfolio of you, a portfolio of your wisdom, a portfolio of your presence, a portfolio of your voice. You don't have to think, I got to keep up with the Joneses. You don't have to think, I need to have it all together. You don't have to think, I need to be doing what Susie over there is doing. No, you view this as a long term. I'm invested into my portfolio. I'm investing into my digital real estate that is going to become assets. They're going to compound interest, right? It starts compounding over time, and it gets to work for you. It gets to work for you and not against you. It doesn't burn you out. It gives you life. It gives you energy, because you're not dictating your current content around popularity. You're actually creating your current content, your current life's work based off legacy, based off a lasting impact that you can create. Just like this video, to me, I consider this my life's work. I have my podcast. I consider that my life's work. People are still going to be dealing with this for years to come. People are still going to want to make an impact for years to come. And who doesn't want to, in the most feminine and beautiful way, who doesn't want to make income? Who doesn't want to create opportunities? Who doesn't want to build and grow from them just using their voice, their value, their presence? Who doesn't want that? And so this, for example, these are going to turn into assets. Even for my daughter, she can use these videos to continue to grow and still pass them down to people from years to come, right? And so as a queen of impact, think long term, not short term. You are creating your life's work that is building your real estate, your digital real estate, that is turning into assets over time. It can be an asset now if you have a business, if you want to start a business and you want to attract customers and clients or opportunities with ease. You get to do that. And that carries over time. So if you are not feeling confident in the idea of launching yourself online because you're viewing it as I gotta create content, I gotta make sure that, what are other people doing? Most people, most content creators, they are literally repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. The people who actually create from their life's work, like Bob Proctor, Louise Hay, and is still benefiting from their voice, still benefiting from that, is because they own their voice, their uniqueness, their value. They were not looking for AI. They were not seeing what other people were talking about. Is what they were talking about through their life experience. And that's how they became an authority. That's how they became leaders. That's how they became known and recognized. And the category, right? You want to become a category queen. He became the category king in his field. So how do you become the category queen? Is by creating from your life's work based off legacy, not just to create content to get that popularity. So hopefully this should make you feel more confident in getting up and using your voice and taking up space and making your impact as you feel called to do. I would love if you subscribe to the channel if you feel called to do so, and give this video a thumbs up so that I can reach more aspiring queens of impact so that they can build the confidence to show up, be seen, make their mark as they feel called to do. All right, ladies, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. Bye.